If you've ever looked at staying at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort and wondered whether it's really worth the price, then today we're going to be showing exactly why this place has become one of our favourite Disney resorts to stay as a family of 6, who we think it's perfect for, a full room tour, all our favourite food, transportation, and whether we'd actually stay here again. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Christy. I am from Our Braden Adventures. I am a mum to 4 children, wife to Matt, and we are a Disney loving family. We like to share our tips and tricks for traveling, all things Disney, Disney Cruise Line, Disneyland Paris, Disney World. And today we're going to be focusing on why we love the Disney Polynesian Resort so much. So grab yourself a drink. I have got a Diet Coke. Is there a better sound than that? I'm not sure there is. Cheers. Okay, let's talk about location and transport. If you didn't know, Disney's Polynesian Resort is located in the Magic Kingdom resort area. It is a stone throw from Magic Kingdom, and there are so many modes of transport. And the transport and the area really become part of your holiday. And I think that's something that's really special about this resort. So let's talk about modes of transport. So you know that it's located around the lake near Magic Kingdom. You can see Magic Kingdom from the resort. You can be in the pool and see the castle. You can watch the fireworks from the beach, and we will get into all of that later. But as for now, let's talk about the transport. Transport at Polynesian Resort is the monorail. Like, who doesn't love the monorail, guys? I love the monorail. I don't always know if it's the fastest version of transport, but it is one of my favorites. So you can get to 2 parks via the monorail. You do have to change, but you can get to 2 parks, which is a bonus, and it's a different mode of transport that isn't the bus. Next is the buses, okay? You get the buses at all of Disney World property, hotels. You can stay in a Disney resort and you get free transportation with your buses. The buses are really regular. The timetables are always on the board and live, and you can also check the app for what time your bus is going to arrive. So the buses is another great mode of transport. You do share the buses here quite frequently in the day with the Grand Floridian, but that's because there are multiple modes of transport, and during the day the buses are slightly quieter and they will make a stop at the Grand Floridian and the Poly. But in the busier times, when it's like morning rush or evening rush, they tend to run them directly to the resorts, especially in those busy periods. The other thing I wanted to mention about the monorails is that you can do the best resort hopping in this area. The resort monorail stops at all the resorts surrounding the Magic Kingdom area. So you can stop at the Contemporary, grab yourself something to eat, look for the 5-legged goat on the wall as you pull in at the Contemporary, do some shopping, spend some time at the resort. You can get the monorail to the Grand Floridian. You can also walk to the Grand Floridian, but you can get the monorail to the Grand Floridian. That is a really amazing thing about the Poly, is that you are so close to so many resorts and you're just hopping on the monorail or even walking to the next resort, and that is really lovely. The boat, so there is the ferry boat that takes you into Magic Kingdom. This boat you can get from the Ticket and Transportation Centre, which literally backs onto the Polynesian. There is a walkway that takes you from the Polynesian to the Ticket and Transportation Centre where you can get on the ferry boat, and the ferry boat is so lovely. A, you can get a nice breeze on those really hot summer days on the ferry boat. B, it's usually, apart from peak times in and out of like opening and closing of the park, it's a really quiet and calm way to travel back to your resort. It really relaxes us before we get there. And the final thing that I think is a huge thing for families is that on a Disney bus, you have to fold up your stroller or your buggy. You do not have to do that here. You can get on the ferry boat and leave your double stroller, triple stroller, wagon, whatever it is that you've got, you can leave it up. And when you've got sleeping children at the end of the night or in the middle of the day at nap time, and you don't want to have to wake them up to get out of the buggy, that is invaluable when it comes to transport, because at most resorts you'll have to get them out of the buggy and fold it up. It's the same with the monorail. The monorail will fit a single or a double stroller on it. Let's talk about the entrance. Let's talk about getting to the Poly. Guys, the flower lays, they are just the most iconic Poly thing, and checking into the Poly and getting your lei, Like, guys, I love that. It's like so Hawaiian. It's just a really nice touch, and I hope they do that forever. When you walk through the lobby and you go straight through from the front to the back, you are welcomed by the most incredible garden area, and it's beautiful. View overlooking the lake and seeing the castle in the distance. And there's such nice lawn areas. There's always lovely activities going on for the kids. And I know they have that across all the Disney resorts. And there's always a board there to tell you every day about all the activities. They do like sunrise family yoga there. They have like games in the evening. They do movies there. There's so much going on at this resort all the time, which I really, really love. The Poly has its own beach that wraps all the way around the resort, from the original Poly buildings all the way around to the new Island Tower. And that is beautiful. It's one of the best places to watch the fireworks. I love the kids being able to have that freedom to play on the beach. Just the atmosphere of the Poly itself, with all the fire, like they have little like fire lanterns lit all around the resort, and yeah, it just has this wonderful feel to it. And I love being there in the evening. There's something about the evening at the Poly which is just chef's kiss. Here are the reasons why it works best for children. It absolutely has the best splash pad on Disney property, 100%. The lava pool and the splash pad, it's so suited to all children, not just, some of these splash pads in Disney World are really focused on small children, and I love that. When I had small children, I loved that. But now my children are like, just for reference, my children are 9, 8, and 6, and they 100% still want to be in a splash pad, and this splash pad allows them to still play. There's so much to do here. There's a big slide, and there's lots of places to hide and climb and play, and it's just overall, I think it's the best splash pad, especially for middle-aged children. The only thing I would say is that you cannot use this splash pad unless you are staying on resort, and you have to have your magic band or your key to get into your hotel key to get into the pool. Fireworks at night, being able to watch Happily Ever After without the crowds, with your children being able to move freely and not be sort of sardined in, is beautiful. And the kids love playing on the beach. They're like digging and playing in the sand, but the music's playing and the fireworks are on, and they're pausing to watch a little bit, but then they're still playing and nobody's bored, and I love that. And I think it's a really lovely way to watch it, especially with young children, when they don't necessarily want to be contained in the buggy, but they're too little that you can't let them wander around in a busy Magic Kingdom. So for families, being able to watch the fireworks that way is great. There are options of pools. So although the main splash pad, I would say, is better for your mid-age children, there is a Moana splash pad over in the Island Tower, which is really centered for small children, because it's just little water spouts coming out of the ground, and there's a Moana on her ship, and the children can climb on it. But yeah, it's small and it's contained, and it's much better for your toddler age children. Although my children still really enjoyed this. Some of them did anyway. So I think it's nice to have the split of two. You've got two main pools, and you've also got a DVC exclusive pool that if you're a DVC member, you can use that pool also. So there's lots of choices for pools, which is great. So let's talk food. Okay, some of my favorite food is at this resort. Have you ever had Tonga toast? If you have never had Tonga toast for breakfast, I just don't think you've lived, and you absolutely need to try it. Tonga toast, I'll pop a picture here. Tonga toast is cinnamony, banana-y style. It's just like, it's not French toast. It's way better than French toast. Does have egg in it. It's so sweet. It has like cinnamon, sugar. It's kind of like a Mickey churro waffle, but bigger, and a big piece of toast, and has the most amazing strawberry sauce to go with it, and cream, and yeah, it's like one of my favorite things. You can order it so you have to get it from Kona. The difference is you can order a to go on your app. So I would order it to go and go and pick it up and then bring it down and eat it in Captain Cook's which is a quick service, if you didn't know, at the Polynesian, so that I could still eat breakfast with my kids and they were having Mickey waffles or eggs or whatever they'd chosen, but I could still have Tonga toast. So you don't have to eat in Kona in the sit-down version of the restaurant to eat there, to have it. So let's talk Captain Cook's. Captain Cook's, the Thai coconut meatballs are famous, and there is a reason for that because they are great. I actually don't eat them, but Matt loves them. The pulled pork nachos are really good. Why else do we like Captain Cook's? Why else? Oh, this seating. I really love with Captain Cook's that you can sit outside. There's plenty of outside seating, and there's not loads of indoor seating. It does lack that, but there is lots of outdoor seating, and I really, really like that, which backs onto the famous Trader Sam's, and that's a very cool place to grab a drink if you haven't been there before. Dole Whip. So it is the only resort, I'm pretty sure of this, it is the only Disney resort that's not in a park except for Aulani, because that's not in Disney World, that you can get the Dole Whip. It has its own station. I'm going to try and say it right because my pronunciation, guys, with things is not great, but it's Pineapple Lanai, I think is how they say it. Pineapple Lanai, and you can go and get the Dole Whip. You can get a speciality, a swirl, a vanilla, a pineapple Dole Whip. But Matt's absolute favourite is that you can get a Dole Whip float with a shot of rum in it. And that is Matt's like go-to. Like, we're going to watch the fireworks on the beach. That's what I'm getting him every single time. He wants his rum and his Dole Whip and he's happy. So the food, there is so much choice for food. You've got Ohana, which is one of Disney's sit-down table service restaurants. They do a character breakfast there, and it's Lilo and Stitch and Mickey. And Mickey's in his Hawaiian shirt with his flower lei, and it's really, really cool. It's also a really lovely place to eat for lunch and in the evening. And they do kind of like they bring around lots, it's like family style. They put it in the middle. They bring around lots of different options. You can choose different types of meats that you want. It's a really lovely place to eat. But yeah, I mean, character dining comes at a cost, but if it's like, I think everybody should do it once, and it is great. So food overall from me is like an 8 out of 10. There is so much choice, lots of food, sit down restaurants, there are quick service restaurants. They also have the new Waialua bar over in the Island Tower, and it is on my list to eat there on our next trip. So I will let you know how that goes. Okay, so I am now going to show you a room tour because we recently stayed at the Disney's Polynesian in a deluxe DVC studio. This was in the original Polynesian resort, not the Island Tower. So here is a room tour for you. I'm going to insert that now. You come into the studio like this. Ellen's already in here in this first bathroom because you have this humongous first bathroom. And then you come into here and you have a gigantic shower, or humongous, I think I was going to say. And then you have the other sink and vanity here. Ellen's going around opening all the soaps. She's like a mum, she wants to wash around. And then you have this big wardrobe and safe. And then up there is your pillow and blanket for your fifth sleeper, which I will show you momentarily. Here you have a fridge freezer split, which you don't get in all of them now, only in the older, Ellen's showing you her Magic Man, lovely. Some of the older DVC resorts, you have the fridge freezer split. There aren't many of those left anymore. And then we've got the older coffee machines in here rather than the pods. The bins, Ellen's showing you, your microwave, coffee, ice bucket, all that good stuff. Dish soap. Ellen's a great room tour host. And then you get, a sponge, don't forget the sponge. And then you come in, it says, welcome home Braden family, which we love. There is a big pull down sleeper in here, and it's got, that was on our bed, wasn't it? And it's got Stitch, Lilo and Stitch in there. In that bed. And then you have your main master bed that Ellen is demonstrating lovely for us. You have another pull down bed here, a nice sofa, table and chairs, and then you have this which also does have storage in it as well if you need some extra storage. You want to put it down?
Yeah.
Okay, ready? See who's behind there? Oh, it's just a pattern. There's no one behind there. Big push. Oh, but Stitch is on the front. Yikes.
It was Lily and Stitch.
Yeah, I thought so, but I think that's just on the little bed. So yeah, these are I love these lamps. I think they're so cool. One day I will take one home, but they just, I don't know how I get it home, but you can buy them.
It's a roll table.
Yeah, it's a table of storage. Watch your fingers. Careful. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then we have the balcony. Out here, we've got resort view. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the room tour. I love those rooms. I love that they sleep 5. I love the bathroom space. They are great. Sometimes they feel a little bit dark, but once you've opened the blinds, like and the curtains, and you're looking out on your balcony, it's beautiful. We've been really lucky sometimes to pay for to have a basic room and end up with a firework view or a lake view. So that's been pretty special. Just sit on your balcony and watch Happily Ever After. That is special. Okay, so let's get into the final verdict. Do I think that this resort is good for families? Will we be coming back? Would I recommend staying here? Honestly, we have stayed at the Disney's Polynesian several times. It's never disappointed. My children love being there. It's my son's favorite resort. My children love being there. We love being there. The location, the transport, the facilities, the food, they are all great here. The only problem is the budget and is the cost. I do think though, if you can stretch your points or you can stretch your budget, then you should at some point try and get yourself a stay at the Disney's Polynesian Resort. I really don't think it will disappoint. If you've watched this week's video all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching. Please leave some Hawaiian style emojis down below so that I know you're part of the end of the video club and that you've watched all the way to the end. Maybe the Hawaiian flower or a wave or something like that. Maybe a pineapple, you choose. But I'd love to hear from you. Please chat with me in the comments below if you've got anything that you would have added or anything that you really like or dislike about this resort. I didn't have many dislikes to give. It's a top contender for me, but I know that's not the same for everyone and I love to hear other people's opinions, so pop them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that like, follow and subscribe so that you can be a part of our family and our channel and you can join us on our next adventure. Thanks for watching guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.